What are some of the challenging kind of things that you deal with color, with film production, with television production?
Well, I think, there's certain things speak to you in a certain way, depending if you're doing the dramatic project, then there dictates the story, are telling you so many things about informing all your lighting choices, brightness, darkness, contrast, depth of field, the angle of the light, the quality of the shadow you create, and color. It's not like you pick and say, oh, I see the story as, well, maybe you do. But I don't say like, oh, I see the story as, light bastard amber or something.
Sure.
But you work with colors. The most interesting that I find working with color really is how our perception of color changes by what other colors we see with it. The analogy I have is if we have a candle and we turn off all lights in the hall and we light the candle looks really bright. And then we turn on a little bit of light in the hall and the candle doesn't look so bright. And then we walk outside in the sunlight and the candle is not bright at all, but it's the same brightness all the time. Well, color is exactly the same way. How we perceive that blue or that magenta or that light bastard amber or whatever really depends on what other colors we see with it. So the mistake some people make is they fall in love, oh, my favorite color is X. And well, X looks different depending on what all the things you see with it. So we could take a color and we literally, I do a thing when I teach color, where I start with one color of blue, we do other colors with, we come back to that color of blue, but compared to all the other colors we saw and what we now see it with, we've changed it to green, because all you see now is the green component of it. You don't see the blue component of it. And so when I say to people, my favorite color is this or that, I just start laughing because color doesn't exist in a vacuum. And that's another thing that tickles my creative, that it's the color today is a different color 3 seconds from now, and yet it's technically, measurably the exact same color, but how we perceive it is what's changed. And this absolutely works whether it's to your eye or on camera. It's not a technical phenomenon, it is a literal perceptive phenomenon. So the best work is collaborative. So if we can, on some common sense level, talk about these concepts, which I can't tell you where that color came from, but I can talk to you about that color. I don't know why I chose the color, but I can talk to you about the color. I can show you that color and get you talking about it, and then we create something from that. That's the collaborative part that I really enjoy in our business. And the most frustrating thing is when you don't have, to me, is when you don't have that collaboration.
You just love collaboration.
No, I like the process of creation.
Got it.
I love the process of creation, and collaboration is part of that.
Well, I'd love to ask, what is your favorite type of project to create on?
I don't know. I don't do as much narrative fiction as I used to do, and I really like doing that because it's not 4 o'clock in the afternoon. We made it look like 4 o'clock in the afternoon. He's not really dying. We made it appropriate so the actor could, and we created a space, the actor walked in, looked around, and felt like they could act.
Sure.
You create environments. So I don't do that as much anymore as I used to, and I miss that part, but there's challenges. I mean, lighting a multi-camera news set, that sounds like the most boring light you could possibly do, but to be able to make people look attractive and focus the audience's attention in a non-dramatic way.
Sure.
With all that is very, very difficult, and I think I do a good job of it, but it's never like the same. It's never the same. Matter of fact, I think if you're always approaching things the same way, you're probably not doing the job. You're just putting lights on. And any idiot with lights can put lights on. And it's, what we reveal, what we conceal, where we make them look, where we make them not look, how we make them feel. It's many, many subtle things go into that. And I don't mean to wax poetic about 4 fools on the stools. But,
I love it.
But, if you have contempt for that work, don't do it. If you contempt, I don't like doing commercials because I don't like the environment of commercials. That's just not me.
Sure.
And so I don't do commercials. But the right DP, I've worked with some very good DPs on a commercial because I like working with a DP. So
yeah.
While it's not my first choice, working with that person, that was good. But I won't DP a commercial. That's just not. That's not me.
Jim from JimOnLike.com here at the Sea Changer booth at NAB. This is John Gates. We'll see you after this.